are officially in Salem! And we've arrived at the Stepping Stone Inn. It is currently 9:24. We're not on a flight for literally like 20 hours, and thankfully we can check in now. You're funny little kitty.
This cat has been in our house for a day. And look at how he greets you and everything like that. The other cats haven't completely fully accepted him yet. You know how it is when you introduce a new pet.
Good morning from Salem, Massachusetts. I can't believe we are here. Finally, I'm actually so goddamn excited to start exploring. We've got Al over there on the bed. Fun fact, the lady who owned this house with her husband had 3 children, and she was actually accused of witchcraft back in the day. Hysteria sort of ended just before she was made to be put on trial, so very lucky for her. I've got Fit Check, my Goosebump shirt that I'm so excited to wear, and then a little lace number and some shoes. But so excited. First is coffee downstairs with our host. He actually brews his own, so looking forward to that. What's this, Al? Oh my god, it's a little Halloween house. We are officially in Salem. We've already had breakfast at the Curwin Cafe, and now we're gonna go and see the Halloween Museum and then a couple of other museums all on the way. Really exciting, but there is a haunted happenings parade happening a little bit later on Thursday. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Excited?
Very.
We're very excited. The Halloween Museum. Oh my god, it's Barbie. So over there is the witch house and the stepping stone. And this little park that we just went through there is where they have all the haunted happenings. Now we're gonna go to the Witch Board Museum, which is where they have all the different types of Ouija boards throughout the different years. So very, very excited. We're going past the Hawthorne Hotel. Apparently this place is actually quite haunted. There we go. So we are now in the Witch Board Museum, where they have so many Ouija boards. That is one solid planchette. How cool are these? They're so old.
The sex on.
Hello everyone. I'm currently in the middle of editing this Salem vlog, but I thought I would put this video in as a little disclaimer. Unfortunately, when I was in Salem, I had the wrong setting on for our second day, which is super unfortunate. I had it on some slow-mo settings. There's no audio at all, so it will be a voiceover. That's what you get for filming your first vlog, so we live and we learn. For our second day in Salem, we actually checked into the Curwin house, which you can see kind of in the background here and me just kind of wandering around. I picked this place specifically because before we went, I wanted to book places that were supposedly haunted. Now, the Curwin house is and has lots of reviews of various rooms being haunted. It is an incredibly old building. Not only that, but it is right across the road from the Ropes Mansion. There are 3 specific spirits that live at the Salem Inn: Catherine, a small child, and a ghostly black cat that haunts the parlour. So yes, this is exactly why I booked the Curwin house, much to Al's dismay. He didn't want to be sleeping in a haunted place. I kind of told him afterwards, if that made me feel any better. But yeah, we had a lovely time there, and unfortunately no paranormal experiences. You can see in the video now, we went and had breakfast at this sort of like basement situation under the Salem Inn, and then we began our day. The next part of our day, we went to the Gallows Hill Museum / theatrical show. Now this is a must do if you're visiting Salem. Basically they use a bunch of projections and 4D visual effects to really bring to life the Salem Witch Trials. They talk about how there was a male, I believe, who was tried for the Salem Witch Trials, but mainly the women, who were accused of being a witch, and it was all based on what they called spectral evidence. So people were accused of witchcraft were often sent, have been told that they sent their spectral form to torment and harm others. Let's just say the times were very hard back in 1692. Went to the Witch Dungeon Museum. Witch Dungeon is basically a recreation of what the holding cells really much looked like for all the witches accused of witchcraft, and basically just shows the really harsh and terrifying conditions that they were living in. It was incredibly cramped. There was mice, feces, all that kind of stuff like in the cells, and basically they have a bunch of real life mannequins in there to sort of demonstrate all of that. And finally, we made our way to BlackCraft. I was so excited to go here because I'd seen so much on TikTok of this shop. It has a giant witch in the middle of it, and the shop was built in the old bank. So they actually had the old bank, what are they called, safes in the back. But it has everything from t-shirts to hoodies to jewelry of the occult, and they actually have BlackCraft coffee in the back. We then took a walk to the oldest cemetery in the United States and in Salem, which is Old Burying Point Cemetery. And essentially John Hawthorne, Judge John Hawthorne, he was buried here. He was one of the main culprits in the whole Salem Witch Trials. And essentially this cemetery is completely haunted. Right next to it as well is 20 blocks, which are to represent the 20 lives lost during those Salem Witch Trials. It was kind of an eerie place, and essentially we did a ghost tour just before this one, and on tour our guide told us that the reason why the cemetery is so open, it is so that all those judges can never rest in peace. And this next part of the vlog I'm going to do a completely separate video on because it was such an amazing experience. But essentially Al and I went and got Victorian tintype photos done, and it was just such a beautiful experience. We met with Dave and Maureen, who took us through the entire process from the red light room to setting up the camera, and we now have 3 amazing photos to keep. Beautiful day in Salem. It's actually our last day, which is really, really sad. So pretty much we're spending the day shopping, and yeah, pretty much shopping. There's a parade on tonight, which is very exciting because I was very sad that we were going to miss the Haunted Happenings market on the weekend, but the parade should make up for it. We're in the middle of Salem right now, and it's actually packed. It was not this busy like a couple of days ago, so thankfully we started our trip. Everyone's here for the parade later, which is amazing. It's just getting more and more packed. It is crazy. anxiously waiting for everything to start happening. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh my God. And the brick.
Who would do the parade? Drive by.
Oh,
That is scared to death.
that is crazy.
In the saddle, who like to divide him, jumping in the line. Okay, I believe in jumping in the line.
Oh my God.